what kind of pearls of wisdom do you want to share with the ladies here about what should they eat tonight or what should they not eat? What should they get up tomorrow morning? Get up at dark 30, right?
Like the rest of us. Just think, I'm coming from a 3-hour time change, so it's way earlier for me.
So, what do you think?
You know, one of the things I always tell people is, if you did it before, don't change it. You know, especially that's what you do in training. You practice everything that you did in training is exactly the same when you come and race. But a couple of things that I always tell people to stay away from. Dairy, sometimes you've got to be careful with too much dairy. Also orange juice, sometimes it's a little acidic. I mean, that's from my personal experiences. I mean, don't forget, hydrate, not just on water, but an electrolyte as well. The reason is you want to keep that balance. If you have too much of either, that's why, you know, everything's in moderation. That's why they say that, and it's the same thing with your body. Make sure that, you know, you don't flush all those good nutrients out by just having plain water. You definitely need some good electrolytes. There's no doubt about it. I know me personally, I like to eat a couple of hours before I race, and then about 30 minutes before, I'll have some Gatorade chews, and then have some hydration. I like the Gatorade Endurance. It's a little higher in sodium because we're going to be sweating a little bit more, so sodium's really good for that, particularly if you have a high sweat rate out there. You want to make sure that you salt your food a little bit more leading into a race, just so you know you make sure that you're getting what you need. Then on the bike, I usually, halfway on the bike, I'll take a gel and make sure I hydrate. If you need to cool your core temperature down, it's always good to pour water over your head. If you don't sweat a lot, keep your skin moist, because that's like an air conditioning system. If you sweat, you automatically do that. That's how you keep yourself cool. But if you know you have a high sweat rate, that's when the sodium comes in. So having a little sodium in your hydration is really important. On the run, I also have a goo about halfway. Just gives me something to do and just get you back on track. So, you know, what you did in training is exactly what you do out there. You know, in training, it's thank heaven for 7-Eleven, right? Right? In races, it's like what you carry and the aid stations. So don't change anything the day before. Don't change anything that you usually do when you train. That's really, really important. So don't go and have like a big, huge dinner if that's not what you're used to. And, you know, you usually know how you feel after a certain food that you've had the day before. You know, you would have all experienced that during training. And one of the things that I always love to do is, like, have new running shoes. You know, they say you're not allowed to do that. I'm known for doing that. I love the feeling of new running shoes. But at the Olympics, I actually had a brand new set. I put them on race morning. They're exactly the same brand, the same size, apparently, and the same style. They didn't fit. I was like freaking out. Lucky my twin came to my rescue and she actually brought in some of hers. So lucky we have the same size shoe. So don't do that. But that's one of the things that I love doing. It's sort of one of my superstitions is brand new race shoes. So yeah, so as I said, don't change anything because you never